I have got the wonderful Katie Lewis, who owns her own beauty and laser business based in Sandbach. It's 1 o'clock somewhere is what they say.
But then I thought I might get a bit too excited. The podcast might get a bit carried away. So I think we'll stick to water. Starting off, I've always wanted to be self-employed. I didn't know what, but I just wanted to be self-employed. It always was attractive to me. It just gave me the drive.
Oh, I did not know this about you.
I think I've got a drive in me that I want to be my own. I want my own drive. So I want to be able to create my own opportunities.
Okay.
We didn't have social media then. So I had to plug myself. So I had my friends doing leaflet drops around the town.
Wow. Working towards your goal when you're not seeing the results.
Yeah. There wasn't loads of those weeks, but yeah, you're right. It's scary still because I had a mortgage.
Yeah. If you don't get yourself out there, who's going to know that you're there?
Yeah.
And even with social media now, a lot of people are reluctant to put themselves out there on social media.
Yeah. This is where things changed. I think I really needed a challenge in my life.
What are the lessons you took from that time? So welcome back to the Leading Role podcast, and I am thrilled to have my next guest on this week's episode. I have got the wonderful Katie Lewis, who owns her own beauty and laser business based in Sandbach. This podcast is about you understanding and learning from leaders that are just round the corner from us. And they're going to be sharing the highs and lows of leadership so that you can learn new practical concepts and strategies that will help you in your career. It would really help my channel if you subscribed and liked and even leave us a comment on the things you'd like to hear, see more of. And that'll help me to bring in more local leaders so that we can all learn and build a community where we're connecting with leaders, learning and sharing. So welcome, Katie.
Thank
you.
Is
wonderful to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
How long have we known each other now?
I was thinking that before. Well, it must be about 7 years, I think.
Yeah.
If not more, actually. Yeah, probably 7, actually. Yeah, probably is. So a long time.
Yeah. And you're based in Sandbach, your business?
Now,
Yeah. So tell us a bit about yourself then. Tell us a bit about your business, and it'd be really good if you could take us back to when you first became self-employed. That'd be a great place to start.
So I think starting off, I've always wanted to be self-employed. I didn't know what, but I just wanted to be self-employed. It always was attractive to me. It just gave me the drive. So I thought, right, what could I do? So beauty was the one that was always top of my mind. So those days was very different. So I started off doing working full-time so I could earn money still and doing all my courses in the evening. So it cost me probably twice as much as it should have done, but I did it so I could build slowly and still earn money. So I started off in my brother's bedroom. Obviously, he had moved out. That would be weird. So I started in his bedroom and I completely trashed it, to be fair. I was doing spray tans, nails, everything. I wanted to try everything.
Really?
So the carpet was beige, that got trashed. So I started there, but it was a great way of getting off my, getting my business up and running. This was, 20 years ago, I think. So I wasn't very stressed. I was very stress-free then. So to finish one job, travel a very busy journey home and start another job 6 o'clock was absolutely fine. So I did that 3 hours a night.
So were you working full-time in the beauty industry then?
Yeah.
No,
for a mortgage company.
Oh, really? I didn't know that about you.
It was just a means to an end while I did my beauty training, to be fair. I did do other jobs beforehand to give things a go, like I did cabin crew for a bit. Loved it, but it wasn't for me, the hours. So I did try other jobs.
I did not know this about you.
So
you did cabin crew, mortgage advisor.
Well, the cabin crew was to try and see if I liked something different. But once I got to the mortgage advising job, it wasn't a mortgage advisor, so it was admin and customer service. That was purely to work, to earn money so I could fund setting up a business. So that's when things kind of changed. So once I kind of realised the jobs I'd tried, I still wanted to be self-employed.
Why? What was that drive?
I think I've got a drive in me that I want to be my own. I want my own drive, so I want to be able to create my own opportunities.
Okay.
And it's crazy because being self-employed, as you know, is so hard.
Yeah.
And there's so many ups and downs.
Yeah.
I don't think I could ever be employed. I think I want to work when I want. I want the drive to earn what I want, even though that means you work more. And some weeks you don't earn as much as you want to, some weeks you do. I think I needed that drive. So I started I moved then to my house and did it in an evening.
Yeah.
And then an opportunity came up in Sandbach at a hairdresser. And that was quite a big step for me because that's when I left the mortgage industry. So left that income.
A safe job.
Yeah, safe job. I had a great team, a great boss who was actually really supportive of me doing this. And I went to work in this hairdresser and they were really good because we didn't have social media then. So I had to plug myself. So I had my friends doing leaflet drops around the town.
Wow.
On my opening day. The hairdressers are really good, actually. They would, promote me to their clients. So I'd sit there and do manicures while they were having their colours on and things like that. So some weeks I might have 2 clients in and I might earn 50 quid. But I built quite quickly. And I was there for about a year and it was a really good way of getting off my feet and I gained a lot of clients from them. So I was very grateful of that.
Yeah.
But I realised quite quickly that I think I wanted my own space, my own salon. So I moved to the other side of the town and I got my own place. And I stayed with that landlord for a good 15 years, just moving my way up. So we have a bit of a joke where my dad must have laid 8 floors because I was constantly moving salon, but I was moving and developing up. So I
love that about you. So let's just talk.
I don't think my dad did though, because he was having to lay the
good
floor.
Old dad,
Yeah,
good old dad.
I know.
That's interesting. So I don't want to skim over that really because I think it shows, those weeks when you only earn 50 quid. How did that feel? Because it's
scary.
Working towards your goal when you're not seeing the results.
Yeah. There wasn't loads of those weeks kind of, but yeah, you're right. It's scary still because I had a mortgage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how did you navigate through that?
Gaz was very supportive and my parents were very supportive. So I knew really financially I would have the help.
Yeah.
But I suppose not everybody has that.
Yeah.
Whereas I did have
Gaz
that
is your
backup.
husband.
Yeah. Yes. And also, to be fair, I did build, there was many weeks of that, but I did build quite quickly.
Yeah.
So
how did you build it though?
Just working really hard. I used to sit there, and Monday was my day off, and I'd sit there with a laptop all day, every day, all day on a Monday, and I'd email businesses, because there was no social media, that's what I had to do. I'd literally sit doing email shots and just trying to gain business. To be fair, when I worked in the mortgage company, no one's going to hear this, not that they care anymore, I would literally, as I was answering calls, I would be doing my email shots there. So I was constantly, I thrived off it.
That is brilliant to hear, because the point of that is if you don't get yourself out there, who's going to know that you're there?
Yeah.
And even with social media now, a lot of people are reluctant to put themselves out there on social media.
Yeah.
But if you don't tell people, how are they going to know?
They're never going to know.
And I think it's like that in the workplace as well. I really advocate letting your manager know what you want from your career.
Yeah.
If you don't tell them, how are they going to know?
Exactly.
And also, what I learned from the corporate world was if you don't tell your manager, what you don't realise is when the senior managers get together and they're planning the next year, they're thinking about who are the right people to deliver this.
And you're not
and
voiced
the people,
yourself.
The people they put forward are the people that have said, I want this opportunity.
Yeah.
But I think that's brilliant. Like, you've done this with no social media and you thought, I've got it.
It was hard graft then. I think the salons now don't realise how easy it is. Because they've got social media to launch
get
themselves.
To the customer quicker,
we didn't have that for
no.
I don't know how many years. It was many, many years. The social media wasn't a thing. It was email shots, leaflet drops, and physically putting yourself out there, selling yourself to customers when they presented themselves. So it was a lot of hard work.
Did it pay off?
It did. God, yeah, it did, because I moved within a year, got my own premises. It quickly built up. I was fully booked. And then this is where things changed. I then moved to a bigger salon in the same block. Another floor. And then that's when I thought, I'm fully booked. And I was turning people away. And that's when things changed, where it went a bit more up and down, because then I thought I must have to get staff. Now, really, that's where looking back, I had some highs and lows of having staff, but staff wasn't probably the right direction for me because I was not really a manager in that way. I was a manager of managing a salon, managing customers, managing promotions. That's what I thrived off.
Yeah.
Managing people, I just wanted to be everyone's friend. I wanted to be part of the team. I didn't want to lead the team. So that's where, like, now I probably say to people when they do get fully booked, you don't have to start getting staff in.
Yeah.
You know, because that's when things start to change. I wasn't really with my clients all the time. I was managing a salon.
Yeah.
And that went on for about 10 years.
Right, I've got to stop here now, because if anybody's listening to this is so important for your career. Oh my God, I can't believe you're sharing this. So you kept getting busier and busier. And this is the thing, sometimes in our career, we think we have to keep going up. Well, like you said, I got busier.
I thought,
right, so now I have to take on people.
I thought that's what everyone does. I've got to follow the lead.
Yeah. But now, with the hindsight of experience, you don't we just put these false expectations on ourselves?
Yeah, I think you do follow what goes. I wouldn't now.
Yeah.
But I was in my 20s then.
Yeah.
So I followed what other salons, which wasn't many, remember then, were doing. Or they're getting staff. I must get staff.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, out of those staff, you know, some of them, I've got some best friends out of those. And I've got some amazing highs and amazing lows. So I don't regret it.
Yeah.
Because there was many times when I had some incredible times, but it just probably didn't suit me as a manager.
Yeah.
I think my management is definitely in a different direction.
And that was the other point. This is what happens when you make that next step in your career and you find yourself in a leadership role.
Yes, yeah.
Now,
and there's different ways of the leadership, isn't there?
Yeah. And the thing is, there's a lot of people in their careers that they've done so well that the natural step then is to become a leader.
Yeah, yeah.
But then there's no training for it.
Yes,
and so then,
especially when you're self-employed on your own.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a whole new job.
Definitely.
Just managing those people could have been a full-time job.
It's very stressful, and I think you've also got to look after those people, which is very hard when you then become to have a family yourself. You're on your own, you're pressured. You feel like I felt like I was everyone from the electrician to the therapist to the HR to the solicitor. You are everything to those people in that salon, to the customers and to your landlord, to everything. And it's a lot of pressure. And I think this is why now I've noticed a lot of girls are just going and working in their garage or their shed or whatever they're doing. And good on them, because that's a great, unless you want to be a leader of people, that is the way to go. And I think when I stepped back from having staff, I absolutely loved being able to be with that client one-on-one and be solely into them. And that's what I love now. There's only one person in my salon at every time. I give them the 100% attention. I love that. I thrive off that. Whereas when you've got staff, you have, I mean, God, I couldn't do it now at my age, double task. I could when I was in my 20s and in my 30s. Well, then you still got,
so you got a team of how many? What was your biggest team?
7.
So you had 7.
Way too many for me.
There's 7 people reporting into you.
Yeah.
Huge responsibility.
Yeah.
And then also you're doing your clients as well.
Yes, yeah. And that's the bit I loved.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's lots I loved about having staff, and there's lots I didn't love about.
What are the lessons you took from that time?
To do what you, not to follow, to actually do what is right for you, not as right to what is right for other people.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, when I was young, I thought I was going to go and train in beauty, and then everyone was going to uni, so I said, I must go to uni. So I went to uni and got a degree. I didn't need that degree, but actually I don't regret going, because I really love the fact I've got a degree.
Yeah.
But so I don't regret following the path of having staff, because I learned a lot of lessons and made a lot of I was bridesmaid for one of my best friends. Well, for my first ever apprentice, I was bridesmaid for her 2 years ago, and I actually brought me in the room to reveal her dress. And that was such an incredible moment, because she chose me as the first person to see her reveal her dress. And we've got this beautiful picture of me looking at her. And that moment reminds me of how incredible it can be to have staff.
Yeah. But
with that, you've really got to support them. And that's a very big job. And as soon as I had children, I found that very challenging.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I would have rather just have come into and be part of the team.
Yeah.
And that's, I want to be everyone's friend. I don't want to discipline anyone.
And that's okay, isn't it?
Yeah.
That is okay to say no to things in life. And I think, like I say, often we can just follow because that's what we think we've got to do. So there's a big lesson to be learned from that.
I think there's a fine line between, like, say what I'm doing today. I could have easily said no because it's out of my comfort zone. But when Gaz is like, oh, you know, it's out of your comfort zone, you know. But I said, but I want to do this because it's out of my comfort zone. That's one thing. If I then said tomorrow, I want to take a staff member on, it's out of my comfort zone and I want to challenge myself, come on, that's a bit too far.
Yeah.
You know, so it's working out what's out of your comfort zone and what's not. Sorry, no, what's out of your comfort zone and it's the right thing to do and what's the wrong thing to do, isn't it? And sometimes it's learning the lesson. So it was, you know, there was lots of amazing times. Let's not forget that. But I'm definitely on the right path now.
Yes. No, God, thank you for sharing that, because that is such an important lesson. And I think also we forget that business owners are leaders.
Yes, yeah. But I didn't think I was a leader. I just ended up in that role. So I never went in as a leader. So you don't always
Do you think
know
differently
you're a
now?
leader. Oh, I look back now and I realise I was. But I didn't at the time. I was very young and I took my lease and I didn't even look at it. I was like, oh, I'm getting my own salon. I didn't look at my lease. I was just I never did business plans. I never did anything. I think that's one of my ways I succeeded, and I wouldn't necessarily recommend this, but I just used to go with the flow and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And that's how I did so well.
But that's your strength, you know.
But now I'm very different. But that was my strength when I was young. Now I do think, getting my laser in, I researched every inch of that.
Yeah.
So things have changed a little bit.
But is that because of lessons learned from experience?
Experience, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I ask more questions now.
Yeah.
Whereas before in my business, I'd be like, oh yeah, I'll do this and I'll do that and I'll do this. And it's only through experience and lessons learned
definitely.
that you go, all right, I need to be asking more questions. Why didn't I ask more questions? Well, you don't think. And it's just it's just experience and time and learning all the time.
You learn off your mistakes, or you learn off your experiences.
Yeah.
And sometimes mistakes aren't always bad mistakes. They're just maybe you wouldn't do them the same now.
It's You've got to fail fast.
Yes,
failure is all right. I'm okay with failure because then it's telling me that that's not the right way, and now you've got to.
I am now, but I think that takes many years and maybe age, don't you think?
Good point.
To get to that, because I think if I failed 10 years ago, that would have been a massive deal. Whereas now I say, right, it's a lesson learned, move on from it, and I don't spend so much time dwelling on it. Whereas 10 years ago, I'd have spent weeks dwelling on that and telling everybody I made this mistake, it's so bad. Whereas now I would just say, let's learn from it and move on.
What's changed your approach with that?
I think it's just years and years of, I think it's maturity and years of learning, doing life coaching, listening to podcasts, reading books, audio books. I've got a lot of friends that you know, have inspired me in different ways.
Yeah.
It's inspiration from different ways and people, isn't it?
Yeah.
And your journey and learning. I think that's probably why,
Yeah, learning more. And there's also, I think for me, knowledge is key.
Yeah.
And you're right, when you're younger, you haven't perhaps got that knowledge. But again, with social media, there is more awareness now. And I know my both of my daughters, but I'll use Lucy as an example because she's younger. She knows more about her own mindset than I did when I was her age.
Yeah.
So I think social media helps to give and create that awareness. But you touched on the life coaching. So that's been our paths crossed.
Yes, I've got you recommended by a client actually. Who was,
Lisa.
Yes, Lisa, yeah.
Yeah, crikey.
Yeah.
So Lisa was one of my first ever clients.
Okay, yeah.
And then, Lisa came to you in your beauty salon, and then she recommended you. So
she was just talking so positively because she's quite she is quite a leader herself, isn't she?
Yes.
She really wants to do well in her career. So she used to come in and talk about you, and I thought, oh, you know, this is what I need at the minute. And I think I really needed it at the minute because I was really struggling with my business. So I came to you at a time when I really needed help, and you really helped me. Do you remember the first session, though, I really struggled with because you really got to open up. And I remember going home and saying, oh, that was so hard. I really had to open up there.
Yeah.
And Gaz said to me, if you want to do well, you've got to open up.
Yes.
And the next time I went and I opened up, and then from then it was like, oh, you know, it was so comfortable then. And that's when you start to make the progress.
Yeah, definitely. And I know you came to me when you were at a crossroads with the business.
Yeah.
There were some decisions that you were looking at making.
Struggles,
and there was a lot. I remember you, if you don't mind me saying, you felt very overwhelmed.
Yeah, I was really struggling.
Yeah.
Really,
Do you
really
mind sharing
struggling.
a little bit around that?
I think I was just getting to a point where it was all too much. I'd had children, and obviously your life changes when you have children.
You got 2 children.
2, yeah. And you want to be with them, and you don't. I just felt that at this point, the salon was extremely stressful. It was a very stressful time. And I just couldn't manage it anymore. It was too much.
So you were managing. How old were the kids then?
Oh gosh, they must have been about 6 and 3.
Yeah.
So really needed me, and you know, it was when I was having my days off with them, and they were very much impacted with things that were going on in the salon, which is inevitable having your own salon.
Yeah.
You can't expect it not to. You can't expect, and I think in my head, because I was young, I expected to have this salon. I saw other people doing it, and it looked really, it looked really easy, and I thought that's what it would always be, and it wasn't easy. It's not going to be. You are managing a salon. It's a busy salon, and problems happen every week.
Yeah.
So it was just too much for me, and it was really, really hard. And so you were helping me navigate getting through that.
Yeah.
Which is what you did, and you made me stronger.
Oh, brilliant.
Definitely.
Well, thank you. Well, I mean, the thing is, you were ready for change.
Yeah, definitely.
Because with people, it's fantastic for me personally when I get referrals, everybody's recommending, and I know you've been a big advocate of my business, and a lot of people have come to me because of you. You've recommended now to people, which is wonderful. So thank you for that. But I think you have to be ready for it, don't you?
That's what I say to everyone. You've got to be ready. And it's got to be the right time. Like there's times when I don't really need any help from you because I'm doing fine. And then there's other times when I think, actually, I'm going in a direction now where I could do with some extra help. So when I came to you, obviously, I really needed the help. At the minute, we're doing some more life coaching, aren't we? And it's more of a positive help at the moment.
Well, this is interesting, isn't it? Because when you came to me 7 years ago, and now, obviously, I've been out to America and trained.
Yeah, you've developed hugely as well.
You were saying that earlier, weren't you?
Yeah.
And it's great to get that feedback, because also when we're in business as well, you don't get that feedback, do you?
No, you don't, not when you're the life coach. Because they come to you with all no one ever tells you, wow, but because I've come to you from when you first started, I've seen you develop.
Yeah.
So you've seen me develop, and I've seen you develop.
Yeah.
But most people come to you, you've got people that have come to you for years, but maybe, I don't know, it was a bit different for me, maybe because I was going through that developing stage and saw. And
but it's interesting how now you are going through the high performance coaching program.
Yeah. Which is
so
a bit different,
the service I offer is totally changed now.
Yeah.
So it's life and leadership.
Yes.
Because the one thing I've learned, and it was from those early days, that it is great to come and be able to download. And I want to create that safe space.
And I found that really helpful every week to come and just get that off my chest.
Yeah.
And you'd say, right, this is what you're going to do. Well, you didn't say that. This is what we're going to do for you this week.
Yeah.
And I felt I'd walk out there with a weight lifted.
Oh, that's worth everything, I think.
Yeah.
And you're not going to be judged in that space. But it is all about you. Because we never, how often in life does somebody put you front and centre?
Yes, yeah.
And it's important to be heard. But what I'm really passionate about is making sure you've got tangible new ways of working.
Yeah.
Not because it's one thing listening and you feeling that weight, but then that will fade within hours of you leaving.
Yes, you're right there. You've got to keep doing what you're...
You need something, right, okay, this is how I'm going to approach this situation moving forward.
Yeah.
Because that listening has faded and that pressure can very quickly come back on.
Yeah.
So I'm mental about making sure that everybody goes away with strategies that work for you.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
So, and that's the difference between 7 years ago and now.
Oh, totally.
Would you say?
Different strategies were needed then, and my mindset was different. I'm in a totally different place as well. But yeah, definitely the things that I probably put as a worry then, well, maybe I wouldn't put as a worry now anyway, because I've grown and developed and changed. And...
You've got such a growth mindset.
Yes.
So I go to Katie for beauty products and the laser treatment. Can highly recommend it.
Yeah, that's been brilliant.
And I think that's what so we've now, not only am I a client of yours, you're a client of mine.
And that's probably how I know more about your development, because we talk outside
Yes.
the life coaching room, the business coaching room, don't we?
Yeah.
So that's how
Yeah.
I know that you've developed, because we talk as friends as well,
Yes.
and colleagues,
Yes.
not just about the development.
Yes. And this is one of the things I said to you before the podcast I want to get over to the listeners, is that you've got to align yourself with people that cheer you on.
Yeah, cheerleaders.
And we've developed that friendship over those years now, that as business owners, we're saying, look, why don't we come together and help each other?
Yeah.
And now
Jenny's involved.
Jenny's involved. So
In
Jenny Hall,
cosmetics,
check her out. Semi-permanent makeup.
I don't know her full business name, but she's amazing. And we do an awful lot of business chat. Because me and Jenny don't have colleagues, so we work on our own.
Yeah.
So we are colleagues. So every time we've got a problem, need advice, we voicemail, because we obviously are in the same industry.
Yeah.
So it's good to have.
That's so important to have an ally.
Yeah.
So I was talking to a client yesterday, and they didn't feel that they got an ally in the workplace. But we need that, don't we?
Yeah. That's almost going to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But also cheerlead for you. So if you're having a bad day and you say da-da-da, they are truthful, but they also bring you up.
Lift you.
But also if you need some advice, like I'll go to Jenny and say, what do you think about this? And she'll say, oh, no, I think you need to do that. And she'll do the same. So she's really useful in the journey, and I am to her.
Yes.
But you do need someone, I mean, in your own career, in your own job.
Yeah.
So if I come to you about beauty things, you'd definitely be able to help me, but maybe there's some things that you'd think, well, I can give you the advice on that, but I'm not sure fully about that particular treatment.
Yeah, but then I look at it with fresh set of eyes, and I think what I love out of the three of us, and I reckon more people potentially might join us as we do this, but we have come together as business women, and we're just supporting each other.
Yeah,
so there's no networking. I'm not selling you my products.
No.
We're just being able to be ourselves and say, look, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? And
be
this
honest.
is the purpose of this podcast, so that you can take tips from this and ideas, because you don't. I love Stephen Bartlett, I love all of these influencers, but there's people that can help you that are just round the corner from you.
Exactly. Yeah, there are. Yeah, on your doorstep.
Yeah,
definitely. And I think that's a big thing now, isn't it? Supporting people on your doorstep.
Yeah, make it happen.
Definitely. Yeah.
So instead of waiting for somebody to come and have a conversation with you, we've just said, shall we just get together?
Yeah.
Shall we just get together and see if we can help each other?
And it's just easy, isn't it? It's every so many weeks. We have a good chat, go over the few points. And
challenge each other. Yeah. So we set ourselves goals.
Yeah. Although I do feel I came away the most on Tuesday. I said to Jenny,
she stitched you up
I got the most. No, I feel I got the most because you two are so good on your social media. I feel I got the most help.
Wow.
Than you two. I didn't have much to give.
No, listen, I said to my daughter, I've got Katie Lewis coming on my podcast today, and she went, oh, that'll be a good one.
Oh, I'm glad she said that, because I was a bit worried with what I'd have to say, but as always, I've chatted her.
Well, you've given us some great insight on leadership so far. And I think what I like about you, and what I really like to bring out in the coaching sessions as well, is we focus too much on what we're not good at. And actually,
we do.
From a coaching perspective, I really want to make sure you realise your strengths, and what you're bloody brilliant at is you're always looking for the next thing. You're very innovative. And so you've brought laser. You mentioned it before. You're now adapting, or you tell me, you're bringing laser treatment now into your business. So tell us a bit why you're changing and bringing that in.
So I've always wanted to do laser. I don't know why, but I've always wanted to do it.
What do you like about it?
Do you want me to be really honest?
Yeah.
I love the fact, this sounds absolutely crazy, but it fits my salon, it fits me. I love holidays, and what I learned over the years is you've got to have a motivation to work, haven't you? I always do hashtag holiday motivation, I call it to Jenny. So if we're having a bit of a day, I'm like, oh, this is a hard day, I do hashtag holiday motivation, because you've got to have a motivation to work, haven't you? And obviously you get loads out of it, but mine is holiday. So my salon is so holiday vibe. I've got the holiday pictures on the wall.
Yeah,
of different,
I love them.
Yeah, I just think, and hair-free and laser just really, for me, makes me feel it's doing something incredible for people, but I love the fact it links in my holiday motivation. So that's where I think I've always liked it.
Yeah.
Since bringing it in, I can't believe the difference it's made in people, because I'm not just making people hair free. I've realised people have real confidence issues, and I've seen things that I never expected. You know, people have like ingrown hairs that get infected, and then they can be uncomfortable. It's not just about the hair and not the look of hair. It's actually about changing people's lives. So actually, I've gone from it being this holiday motivation, this great thing, and I really want to do something, to actually it being so beneficial to people. But just whizzing back to why I did get it in, that's what's always been on my mind. I've thought, I love the laser field. But I obviously got rid of the salon. So even though I say I didn't necessarily ever want to be a manager, you do feel quite good at running a business and doing well, don't you?
Yes.
So I then went to work from home, which was the right thing to do. And it obviously, I stepped back, and it was calm and it was easy, and I was in my comfort zone, and I went to do that for about 4 years. And it got to the point where I thought, my comfort zone is becoming a bit too comfort zone. I need a challenge. I used to have my own salon. It was a challenge. I need another challenge.
Yeah.
So I went back to the laser, and I thought, laser's always been something on my mind, but laser is actually going to be a challenge for me. It's a big step up from what I normally do. It's aesthetics, so it's totally different to what I do. It's a lot harder to learn.
Right.
So I feel at that point, take the fun aside, like the holiday motivation side of it, I think I really needed a challenge in my life. It was time, and it was the right time. So I then started to go through that, and it was a perfect time. And because you do a lot of coaching with them about building your business for the laser, learning the laser. And it was definitely pushing me out of my comfort zone. So I think it was a perfect time for me to take something on that was a huge challenge. And that's why I brought laser in.
Right.
So that is, I wanted to obviously help people, and I wanted to have a challenge.
Yeah.
And it's been amazing. I absolutely love doing it. I love my machine.
Yeah.
I don't know how you can love a machine, but I love a machine because I see what it does, and it's an incredible.
Yes.
I'm giving people confidence, and we're now coming to the end of everyone's courses, and they're so happy. That motivation is now satisfaction.
Yeah.
So that's why I got it in, because I needed a challenge.
Yeah. And I think I know that you were looking for a new challenge, because you were, on occasions you were talking about, oh, maybe it's this, maybe it's that. But you found your way that suited you, that aligns to your values, aligns to your motive. And you're right, we all need that motivation. Actually, tonight, we're going to the Trafford Centre to book our holiday for next year.
Yeah.
And because, we've just got to start planning into 2026. What's that going to look like?
You've got to have a goal.
You have got to have goals.
And then it makes you feel really passionate about work as well.
Yeah.
You've got to be passionate for many different reasons, but ultimately there's got to be a goal for you, hasn't there?
Yeah, definitely. And also, I think that goal can be holidays, but you've also just said there that you needed a new challenge personally.
Yeah, I really needed a new challenge, definitely. Because I'd gone from having a salon, running a salon, and being a manager, to then working at home and doing the treatments that I've done for years, and I felt super confident with, so there wasn't a challenge. I felt like I was very comfortable, and I needed to get out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it was perfect.
Don't you think people say, oh, I don't like coming out of my comfort zone, but I just think there's a danger staying in it.
There is. And I think that 4 years that I was in the comfort zone, I think was much needed. I'd had about 15 years of being constantly challenged. So I think I needed 4 years, and it was really nice, chilled 4 years. But then it was time, and now I'm thinking, is there another challenge? I don't know what. But
right.
I don't know what yet. There's nothing going on yet to say, but I've taken the laser, and it's been so successful. It's still got lots of little challenges, but nothing big and nothing that I can't handle.
How does that feel when you've taken on a new challenge, and you will have gone through that steep learning curve of... Because you do question yourself, have I done the right thing?
God, at first, oh my God, I was petrified, thinking people are coming into my salon and they're trusting me because they know me. But it's a lot of money later. Well, I do good deals. But it's a lot of money. And I was thinking, I'm not seeing the results for 8 months. Well, obviously you see
What
them
do you mean
sooner.
by that?
I was thinking they're parting with a lot of money, but as this machine is new to me, I've researched the machine, I've researched the company I've gone to, and I'm really happy with it.
Yeah.
But, I need to see. So now I'm seeing the results. I'm super, obviously.
Because they have to keep coming to you.
Exactly.
For so long.
When you train in brows, You do the brow, you can see the brow. You're sending them
Ah,
out.
okay.
You paid your money. Whereas I'm
Yeah.
doing this and I'm not seeing the results for a few times.
Yeah.
And then you think, no, so
Well,
it took
how
a
do you
while to get the
manage your mindset through that?
That was the challenge, but I kept having to remind myself, this is why I've done this, to have a challenge. And I spent a lot of time. I had some really good clients that did laser and that were really supportive, actually. And I'd go to them and say, oh, is that normal? And they'd be like, yeah, calm down, that's normal. Linton were incredible. I could ring them about the most craziest stuff. Oh, was this okay? Is that okay? And they'd be like, yeah. I had such a lot of support who I now don't really ever need because I'm so confident now. But I do think I will give myself a pat on the back because I do think I really challenged myself and I do think I did really well.
Yeah. Did you that?
Yeah,
I will
I
give myself a pat on the back. Bloody get in.
The laser's
I love
been
it.
really good for that because it has challenged me and then made me feel confident.
This is what I'm saying. You are such a strong leader.
Maybe wasn't years back, but definitely the laser definitely was a good thing in this leadership.
But the thing is, this is the challenge. How do you keep going when you're not seeing the results straight away? And a lot of people give up.
Yeah.
And it's about let's break that down. You reached out for support. You were getting feedback from your clients.
Yeah.
You tapped into the people, the experts, the company that provided it with you. And you kept reminding yourself why you were doing it. So it's a combination of a lot of things that keep you going through that time. How does it feel when you've achieved that goal?
Oh, it feels amazing because so I started last year. So this year has been seeing all those results and getting all those happy clients. And so I've looked back at all the hard work I did last year and thought, wow, it really paid off. And last year I learned through sessions with you and through podcasts and things like that I was listening to that you've got to keep trying.
Yeah.
So you can't just do something and it work. You've got to keep persistent at that. You've got to keep doing what you're doing and you will see the results.
Definitely.
And laser has definitely been my opportunity to put that into place because I think when I first started with you, it was very specific what was going on and that was changing all the time.
Yeah.
Whereas then when everything calmed down, I needed that new challenge and that's when everything put back into one, it's almost like that's when it all started to really come in together because I needed it then.
Yes. Yeah.
I had 4 years of comfort and then I needed to put all my skills into place where, I tested. And another thing that happens at our age is I was going through it at the same time as starting perimenopause.
Ah, okay.
We don't need to talk about that too much at the moment because it's not that kind of podcast, is it? But that was another challenge that I wasn't expecting when I took laser on.
Right.
So I had to deal with a few confidence issues.
Okay.
At the same time, which I wasn't planning.
Yes.
So that was something to navigate, which I've achieved and it's worked.
So quickly tell us about that confidence.
I started to just go through the stage with my confidence where I'd start getting worried about doing basic things that I normally wouldn't be worried about. So then on top of that, having the laser in was an actual challenge because I was already obviously a bit nervous about that. And so to look back and think I managed that and I got through it and the results I've seen is amazing.
One of the things I do in the programme is when we look at confidence, I advocate competence.
Yeah.
So it's about there's a skill gap somewhere. Something isn't right, and then the lack of confidence is an output of that.
Yeah.
So we look at your energy, we look at your daily habits, we look at your productivity and that overwhelm.
Because it could be anything, couldn't it?
Yeah. For a lot of people, it's productivity. It's taking on a lot and managing that. Because you've still got the two, family life and all,
and
life's challenges.
Yeah.
And I know we've worked on productivity.
That's always been a big one that we've talked about, actually, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've always talked on that.
And how do you feel you're now managing your productivity? Have you seen any improvements or is it something because you've got a lot going on. How do you manage day-to-day business, family life, bringing in new products?
I think obviously I've learned a lot of skills through you that have helped, definitely. And I've put them into, I still do have non-productive days, but I definitely think looking back from 10 years ago or 7 years ago, there is a change. And I think it's just about every day putting those things into place and getting on with what you need to do and remembering what you've learnt.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's the small things you learn. Like I remember one of the things that you probably don't do this anymore because you've moved up so much higher now, haven't you? But do you remember the one we learned, beers back about the getting out of bed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah,
get out.
the 5-second rule.
Yeah, I still do that.
No, we still talk about that.
Rather than just snooze. Oh,
yes,
do you?
Yeah,
snooze.
yeah.
So that's a basic thing that actually if you bring that into your business and say, right, I'm just going to do that, I'm going to do that. And sometimes there's jobs that I think, I just haven't got the headspace to do that today. So I think, right, I'm going to park that and I'm going to bring another job in and we'll do that job tomorrow when I have got the headspace.
Yeah.
It's sometimes about listening to your mind and saying, today's not the right day for that job.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's encouraging yourself to say, come on, let's sit down, you can do that. It's seeing when you're in the right headspace of mind to do what job, isn't it?
You're spot on. You just prioritise what's important. You can't take on everything in a day.
Yeah.
It's impossible. But you are then, if you park something, that's better to do it when you have got that headspace, but then just not stopping is sort of like, that's what we normally do. Because we're overwhelmed, it stops us and we don't get anything done. But if you can learn to reprioritise and go, no, I'm going to park that and then I'm going to work on this and go back to it, you're on to a winner. So what would you say to somebody thinking about having coaching with me?
Oh, it's been amazing for me, especially, it's amazing now, but especially 7 years ago, it changed for me, my life, because I had the support of family and friends, obviously. I needed something different. And what you did for me is you helped me support in business. So I think, especially if someone's struggling within their business, I think the confidence you can give them, the skills is incredible. Then we turn, obviously, to what I'm doing now, the leadership coaching. That's where it's become a bit more exciting for me now. You've helped me survive 7 years ago and helped me cope. So I've got all those techniques. And now what you're doing is giving me a boost and giving me that, still giving me the confidence. We do talk confidence, don't we?
Yes.
But you're giving me... You're giving me tasks, ideas, different ways of thinking. And so now it's exciting for me now because you're pushing me on the journey in a different way. Yeah. The journey that I need right now. I don't need any, things are going good for me. So I just need some pointers to really help me excel and keep my confidence. So I think that there's so many different reasons to come to you. It's not just one thing.
Yeah.
It's many different reasons. And I think you can help with so many, because your experience is so vast now, there is so many different ways that you can help them.
Yeah, and it is making sure it's individual to you. So it's not the same approach for everybody. It's making sure it works. But you find a way that works for you. And I think it's you're so right about with the coaching. Yes, 7 years ago, you were coming to me from a different angle. Now you're in a great place.
Yeah.
And now you're just like, I'm learning more. So coaching isn't just about when you're not in a great place.
No, exactly. That's what I thought it was. I thought, you only go to a life coach. Because remember I used to say, I don't need you at the minute. And you'd be like,
okay.
You might do. But I've realised now it's not actually when you're in a bad place. Yeah. It's when you're in a good place too. And you just want to go in a different direction. You just want a bit of extra help. Or I suppose in people's careers, it's if they want to take that next step, you can help them do that.
Yes.
Especially if they're in I don't have the experience in a corporate business, but I hear what clients say.
Yeah.
So I definitely think it's important for that.
Yeah.
If you want that help.
Absolutely. And you spot on. My business has changed. It was individual life coaching. Yeah. Whereas it's still that and also supporting businesses, leaders in that business. And now they're asking me to look after the people in their team. And so it's just constantly evolving.
And you've evolved in the right direction as well, haven't you, really? Because you've followed what people need. You've listened to what people need and you've made sure that your business accommodates what your clients want and need.
Absolutely. And look, I've made mistakes. And
you admit it, don't you?
Oh, God, yeah. I think if it's having that honesty with yourself to say, okay, you've tried that hasn't given you the results. So, okay, what have you learned from it? But God, Katie, years ago, I'd beat myself up.
Yeah, so would I.
I would beat myself up. And that's why I got into coaching, because I had 18 years in the corporate world where I just thought it was me and that I wasn't getting it. I was looking at everybody else thinking, God, they're so good at this. And what I didn't know was that it was just a skill gap.
Yeah.
I was laying the job to find me as a person. And because I was struggling in my job, then it meant that I wasn't a very good person.
Yeah, and you probably were in the wrong place for you. You probably needed something that gives you more passion.
Oh, there was nothing available.
Yeah.
But if you mentioned coaching 18 years ago, they'd be like, the only coaching I ever heard of was about when they used to bring a coach in to an agent if they weren't achieving the quality on a call. So it was seen as a bad thing.
When they were struggling.
Whereas coaching now, everybody's got a coach and it's the right thing to do.
And businesses bring it in, don't they? Which is amazing.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. It's so valuable.
It's about, for me, I'm passionate and I hope somebody gets something out of this today. Everything you shared, because I don't want somebody suffering like I did for 18 years.
Yeah, definitely. And I think people are more aware now, aren't they? There's like being able to see your Instagram. They can look and see what you can do for them.
Yes.
We didn't have that 18 years ago.
No, you didn't talk about it, did you?
Yeah. And that's why it's good to do these podcasts so people can get to know you and see that, right, this is the right thing for me to do.
Yeah.
So you can showcase what you can give to people, how you can help them. So we're so lucky now that as a business, we can showcase our skills on Instagram.
Yeah.
Or whichever social media it may be.
Yeah.
So that you can get your word out there.
But a lot of people still have the reluctancy to put themselves out there. And now we've come full circle because this is where we started from in the podcast about you have to let people know that you're there.
Yeah.
And it's... we worry about what people are going to say, how they're going to judge us.
Yeah.
But
you
it's
can't worry like
the
that.
more you do it, the better you become.
Yeah.
And that is within anything that you're looking at in your career. If you're struggling with presenting, practice. Don't shy away from it. That's the worst thing you can do.
Just keep throwing yourself in. Because not everybody's going to like you. But that doesn't mean that you're going to still have a success. It doesn't matter, does it? Not everyone's going to like what you do.
Yes.
You can't always please everybody. So you just have to put yourself out there and be confident.
So are you glad that you did what you did? Could you imagine if you'd have stayed as a mortgage advisor? It's like that sliding doors moment.
It was more the customer service. I think I've been terrible at the advisor part. But that was only a means to an end just to get. So it's more like, I suppose when I did the cabin crew, I'm definitely glad that because being self-employed is so flexible with my family life. So I'm glad that I moved on from those. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, because it's more flexible. It's a great way of life. There's lots of stresses. I mean, God, if you can hear me and Jenny sometimes, some days, and stressing to each other, there's still, but that's the same with any job.
Yes.
So I love the flexibility of my job. I love I think what I love is the drive. I love that I still thrive off that drive. So I still, every day, thrive off just that pushing of my business. And I've always thrived off that. And
I think when you own your own business, it gets you.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
You're so passionate. You
become obsessed with it.
Definitely, yeah.
And I have to rein myself in sometimes.
Yeah. You've got to give yourself a break, haven't we?
Yeah, because it's all consuming in your head.
Yeah. It's hard. It's very hard work.
Yeah.
Because me and Jenny always laugh when we say, oh, it's stressful today. We're going to go and get a job. And then we'll have to say to each other, we're not employable. No one's going to employ us because we want to work when we want to work. And I think I thrive off not knowing what I'm going to earn that day because I can work harder to earn more.
Yeah.
I kind of thrive off that.
Yeah.
So, which is silly because we probably over the years have worked more than we would in a full-time job. But
I know. Let's not work our hourly rate out.
Oh, no. Oh, my God, I work every minute of every day.
The thing is, I think another important lesson is that I always get comments off people saying, oh, you're smashing it. I can see you on social media. You're doing so well. And actually, sometimes when I see those messages, I think, if only you knew the work I am having to do and the things I'm having to learn.
Yeah.
And the biggest lesson I think I've learned this year is you have to keep going even when you're not seeing the results.
100%.
Because
I've learned that 100%.
That has been the biggest lesson
We've talked
I've
about
learned.
this in the last coaching session, didn't we? Yeah.
Oh my God, have I learnt that?
Yeah.
And the amount of I can tell you 100 things that I've got wrong this year, and probably a couple of things that I've got right.
I think from the beginning of the year to the end of the year, how you've turned like some of those things has been incredible.
Yeah.
Like focusing on what you're focusing on now is absolutely incredible and is doing so well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But I think we have to you have to be careful about what you see on social media. There's a lot of work that's like if you're lazy, there's a lot of stuff that you've had to do.
Oh God, yeah.
And the thing is, that's the same in leadership as well, in the corporate workplace. I coach people from all different industries.
Which is nerve-wracking sometimes if you get like a big high leader who because it can be hard to break down, can't they?
with a client at the moment, and they're in their company is one of the biggest companies in that industry. I can't say what it is at the moment because of client confidentiality. So I try not to let that daunt me. But no matter what industry you're in, when you see somebody being promoted or coming up the ranks, you don't know the work that they've had to do.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I think the days have gone where people get promoted because, he's mates with such a body. Yeah, come on, I know that still happens.
It shouldn't.
But you've got to give somebody credit. If they are going through the ranks and they are achieving, they are putting in the work behind the scenes.
Yeah.
They are sending the meeting actions out on time.
Yeah.
They're turning up to meetings on time. They're building great relationships with people whilst they're stood at the coffee machine.
Yeah.
They'll respond to an email, a generic email, and show that they're involved, and they're
Putting the legwork in.
they are. And I think sometimes we fall into the trap of, it's all right for them, they're doing dead well.
Yeah.
They've had to put the work in for that.
Really work hard.
Yeah.
I don't think people see that, but you do have to work hard, definitely, to get anywhere.
Yeah. And I think when I look at you and how you've grown, you're putting in the work, you're consistent.
Consistent is a big thing. We've discussed that a lot, haven't we?
Yeah.
That's a big thing.
You've got to be consistent.
Yeah,
when we're posting on social media, it's like...
It's hard work.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're doing his day job as well.
Yeah.
But whatever it is, that consistency showing up in meetings, consistency coming into the office on time, consistency being on time for your clients, all of those small things.
It all makes it work, doesn't it?
And that's what gets you the results.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And so it has been wonderful to have you here.
Well, thank you for having me. I've enjoyed it, actually.
So much.
I know. Yeah, I know. I could have gone on forever.
Now, the ratings will be high because you're glamorous, you're intelligent,
thank you.
you're just a full package, aren't you?
All my clients will be like, God, she looks a bit fancy today.
Oh, I'm just so glad that out of all this, we've got a great friendship as well.
Yeah, no, it's been amazing, and you've helped me so much, so thank you so much.
And likewise, I've learned so much from you as a business.
We've learned a lot from business from each other, haven't we? And I think we've always said that.
Yeah.
Our appointments are not chit-chat. They're actually business, helping each other out. What about this, what about that, what about this, what about that? So I think and now we've got Jenny in.
We've got Jenny,
And that's the power of getting together with local businesses, isn't it? And working with local businesses. And I think that's what people need to do, support one another.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
then you can all bring those skill sets together and help.
Yeah.
And that's what we're doing at the minute. So,
it's community is key.
Yeah.
And I want to do a lot in 2026.
But it's going to be exciting to see what you've got to come because you've got so many plans.
Yes. So thank you so much for coming in and sharing everything.
Very
you are
welcome.
An inspiration.
Thank you very much.
I love that we now collaborate and support each other in business.
Yeah, no, it's brilliant.
Have you enjoyed it?
Yeah, I have actually really enjoyed it. Yeah. You've made it very easy to talk about stuff.
Next time, if you come back, we'll have some wine for you.
Oh gosh, then it'll be...
Now we're talking.
It'll be lively.
That'll be a different podcast.
Oh my gosh, maybe I have to get the mute button on that.
Thank you, my darling. You've been sensational.
No, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
So what a wonderful guest Katie was. Key takeaways: building a community. Surround yourself with people that are going to cheer you on. Be open to make mistakes, but also just keep pushing yourself, taking on that challenge. And remember, keep going even when you can't see those results, because you will absolutely get there. And it was wonderful to see how Katie was celebrating her success with the laser treatment. She went through that steep learning curve, but she is getting that satisfaction from the impact that she's making to her clients, and she's seeing those results. So what a great example of leadership as a business owner. So as always, please leave your comments. I'd love you to subscribe. Please tell your friends about this podcast and give us a thumbs up. It is great to have you here.